Morning. I need to pressure wash my porch to get off some paint that peeled. So I got this. I started it with the prior model of this and the hose broke. And I got to tell you, there ain't no fixing it. Replacing it costs half the cost of this one. So I just went ahead and bought this one. I'll go ahead and fix the other one. I'll have two, but I needed this right now and I didn't want to go through the trouble. Okay, so I got this on sale with a coupon for $79.99. When I bought the first one and it's blue, I'll do a follow-up video showing the blue one once I fix it. I got the first one for the same price and I used a 20 off coupon on the first one. Nice convenient on off. Got the water, got the pressure hose attachment, water hose attachment. It's laid up about the same as the old one. It has this reset. Now this is a different design and I actually think I like it a little better. Looks like it'll be easier to use. So they give you a nice long cord, maybe 20 feet. Now the weak point of all of these is the hose. If you get a crimp in the side of the hose, it's just a matter of time till it breaks. Now there is some support you can get. Is once you get a crimp, you can place a support that's this long over that and it'll stop it from busting, but you got to catch it before it actually busts. Compared to what you can buy on Amazon, this is extremely cheap. Okay, this has the same problem. This is the blue one and this is the new one. It has the same problem. I've yet to find that particular end on any replacement hose. And it isn't the end that goes in here, it's the end that goes in the end of this. So I have a feeling this is going to have the same problem in terms of replacement. Okay, so it's a pretty standard setup. I'm starting to see more of the wands that don't have the extension. It has the extension, you put it in, push down and press, turn 45 degrees. So this is almost exactly like the blue one. Now this goes on and off simply by pulling this, pressing it in, and then putting the retainer clip. And that arrangement there is what I can't duplicate. Because of that, it's shaped different on this end. And it does have a strain relief, which is actually a good thing, because that's going to be a natural stress point and it'll help protect it. The only place you're going to get a replacement hose, in my opinion, is from the manufacturer, and that's not Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight doesn't stock spare parts, I don't think, for any of their equipment. So this is a pretty easy attachment, and that's actually a standard connection right there. You can get a hose with this end on it. You just can't get a hose with that end on it. Okay, normal warnings. So it comes with 4 screws. They go in here and they go like this. You put the screws in from the back. Okay, 2 of those are easy here at the top. Don't want to over torque those when you go into plastic. The other 2 are too long for this, 3-inch. Okay, we'll have to pretend we're in the 18th century and use a screwdriver. This goes down in here, and that is a storage point for that. The blue one had a little cradle it hung on and it never stayed in place, and eventually I didn't even try to keep it with the unit because it was always falling off. So they actually improved that a little. Major improvement in this model is an interior holder for these. Much better. And this hose is supposed to go over this. Okay, major design difference that's really going to pay off, because the blue model, previous model, had a holder on the side here, and it was like a pressure fit and it never fit and it always fell off. So to me, this is a huge improvement, and a dedicated place to put the cord like this with the wand table. It's going to help the life of your hose. It has an option where you can use this to clean. Put this on this way so that it stays down when you turn it. And you can get a solution of soap or whatever out of there. I very rarely use that. Most of the time I just want to pressure wash. I want to strip something bare. I don't necessarily care if I have a solution. I just want to strip something. But there is a case for that. If you're doing outside window blinds, things like that. So that comes right back off. Goes right back in. This stores quickly. The water hose stores quickly. It has the end of this. You can do a wide spray or a narrow spray, and it gives you a degree of fully wide, fully narrow. So that's actually good options. Okay, the manual says it comes with a water tip cleaner. Well, I didn't get one. I got an exploded view diagram. Not much to it that you're going to need except for maybe the power, maybe the wand and the hose. But the high pressure hose just says high pressure hose. Nothing to identify what it actually is. So I need to drag this out. I'm going to clean off the porch today, and then I'm going to paint it tomorrow. So we'll get to see it in action. Looking forward to seeing if this is at least as good as the other one, if not better. A lot of people use these and they're critical of an inconsistent pressure, especially when they first started using it. Well, you hook the water hose to this, you turn the water hose on at the house, then you start spraying. Yes, you're getting water, but there's a lot of air in that line. The air in the line of the water hose and inside of here and inside of this has to work its way out. So the first few minutes, I don't have a definite timeline, but the first few minutes you'll hear this thing make different noises, and that's when the air is coming through. And eventually it'll get to it makes a consistent noise, and that means it's pumping total water. So be patient the first 2, 3, 5 minutes to let all that air work out. 5 minutes might be excessive, but if you see it's inconsistent at first, that's the reason. The guy we bought the house from was a dumbass. He put paint on top of the vinyl siding. Don't paint on top of vinyl siding. Don't be a dumbass. Don't paint on top of siding. Okay, so there's no pressure in the washer right now. When I turn this on, it'll pump up and put pressure on the hose, and it'll stop, and then when I squeeze the trigger, it'll start pumping. And until all the air gets out of the line, it'll make different noises, so listen for that. So I've used this for several hours, washing down the siding for our house and taking all of the paint off of the front porch. So what do I think of it? Well, much more impressed with it than the blue model. I think it works a lot better. I still have concerns about this hose. I think over time that is the weak point, but I'm not sure there's a solution other than replacing the hose and the wand which cost half as much as the unit itself. In terms of its functionality, very happy with it. It took the paint off of the house, it took the paint off of the front porch. I had the blue model about 5 years before I got a hole in this hose. And part of that's my fault. I'm sure I didn't take good enough care of it. I'm going to be extra careful with this one and see if I don't get more service out of it. But very happy with the way they've changed the design to hold these parts up here. And as you can see, I don't use this. I just drape the cord over this because these are both static. If one of these turned for a quick release, then I would take the time to put that back on there. But then you got to take it off reel by reel by reel, and to me that's not worth it, so I'll just store it like this. I don't think that's going to cause a problem. This works functionally the same as the other one. It's a little different design. I'm not sure it's any different, to be honest with you. Okay, one thing I didn't point out before is it has this cord connector, and it lets you attach this to the cord to hold it in place. So if you wrap it around there, that'll hold it in place for you. It holds it in place to some extent here. I'm very happy with this, and for $80, that's a good price. So I'm recommending this. I don't see any obvious flaws. I don't see any obvious design constraints. The product does exactly what it's supposed to do. So if you like the videos, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.